The Hinterkaifeck Murders, Germany's most unsolved mystery. In the final days of March 1922, a small farmstead named Hinterkaifeck in Bavaria, Germany, became the scene of one of the most chilling and unsolved murders in history. This tragedy etched itself not only into Germany's collective memory, but also into that of the entire world. 6 innocent people, members of the family and their maid, were brutally murdered, and even after more than a century, the case remains shrouded in mystery. This article delves deep into the chronology of the Hinterkaifeck murders, the possible suspects, the theories that emerged, and the reasons why this horrific secret still eludes resolution. Introduction: the fear behind the silence. Hinterkaifeck was a small, isolated farmstead near the city of Ingolstadt. Far from people, it maintained a quiet, self-contained existence. The farm was home to Andreas Gruber and his wife, Cecilia Gruber, their daughter, Victoria Gabriel, Victoria's 2 children, Cecilia and Josef, and their newly hired maid, Maria Baumgartner. On the evening of the 31st of March, 1922, everything seemed ordinary for the family. Yet, that calm night was leading toward a terrifying end. Strange events before the murders. What distinguishes the Hinterkaifeck murders from other cases are the bizarre occurrences that preceded them. Signs suggesting that the crime had been premeditated and meticulously planned. A few days before the murders, Andreas Gruber found mysterious footprints leading from the nearby forest toward the farm, but none going back. Deeply disturbed, he told his family and their maid, but none could explain it. Soon after, the house keys went missing. No one could remember where they had been placed, adding another layer of unease. The most chilling moment came just hours before the murders, when the maid, Maria Baumgartner, reported hearing strange noises from the attic. She couldn't identify what or who it was. All these incidents pointed not to a spontaneous act of violence, but to a premeditated attack. The night of the murders. The Bloody Friday. On the night of Friday, the 31st of March, 1922, Hinterkaifeck turned into a ghostly farm. No sounds were heard, no lights flickered. Neighbors found the silence unsettling, but no one visited the farm until April 4. When neighbors finally entered the property, they were met with horror. In the barn lay the bodies of Andreas Gruber, his wife Cecilia, their daughter Victoria Gabriel, and granddaughter Cecilia Gabriel, stacked one atop another. Investigators believed they had been slain with a mattock or a similar blunt weapon. Inside the farmhouse, the bodies of young Josef and the maid Maria Baumgartner were also discovered. The gruesome scene sent shockwaves throughout Germany. The investigation and possible suspects. When police arrived, the investigation quickly descended into chaos. The crime scene was poorly secured, curious onlookers trampled evidence, and critical clues were lost forever. The first suspect was Victoria's husband, Karl Gabriel, who was believed to have died during World War I. Some speculated he had survived, returned home in secret, and committed the murders, but no evidence ever supported this. Attention then turned to Victoria's lover and neighbor, Lorenz Schlittenbauer, but he too was cleared of wrongdoing. Later, suspicion fell on a former maid who had left the farm due to the family's strange behavior. Yet again, no link could be proven. Police also considered robbery as a motive, but all valuables and cash were untouched, ruling out theft entirely. An unsolved mystery, motives and theories. Why, after more than a century, does the Hinterkaifeck mystery remain unsolved? The answer lies in the complexity of the case and the bizarre nature of the killings. Here are the most widely accepted theories. The robbery theory. Initially, authorities believed the murders were committed during a robbery. However, since nothing valuable was stolen, this theory was quickly dismissed. The jealousy and revenge theory. According to this idea, the crime stemmed from a love triangle involving Victoria Gabriel, her husband Karl, and her lover Lorenz Schlittenbauer. Jealousy or revenge might have driven the killings, but again, no conclusive proof was found. The missing maid theory. A former maid who had left the farm out of fear was briefly suspected. Some thought she might have held a grudge, but this too was proven unfounded. The psychopath theory. Some believe a wandering psychopath committed the murders. The brutality and method of killing support this possibility, but the killer's identity remains unknown. Conclusion: an eternal mystery. Despite countless investigations and theories, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. Lost evidence, bizarre circumstances, and the lack of proven suspects have ensured that this case continues to haunt historians and crime enthusiasts alike. The farm was demolished in 1923. Today, only a small memorial stands on the site, a somber reminder of 6 innocent lives and one of history's most confounding crimes. The Hinterkaifeck murders are more than just a story of death. They are a window into the darkest corners of human nature and a testament to how justice can sometimes remain forever out of reach. This case will continue to fuel curiosity and endure as one of the greatest mysteries of all time. Here, at Dark Matters of History, we continue to explore the thin line between history and legend. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. See you in the next Dark File.